You put your heart and soul into building this new feature, and you cannot wait to see the response. But how bound will you be if you see no one is using this new feature? People by design are resistant to change. If your product is solving their problems, it is unlikely that they'll be excited about a new feature that does this 2 times faster. New features introduce change for the end user. That's why you need to convince the user to switch to a better way of doing things. In this video, I'm going to show you how do you get users excited about a new feature. Before that, please take a moment to like and subscribe to never miss an update. So let's start with the basics. What is feature adoption? Feature adoption is the process of informing the users about new features and showing the value so that users eventually end up using the features. Your time is precious. You don't want to be spending months building something that no one uses. You would like to use your resources wisely. That's why feature adoption is crucial for your business. Not only this, but once you understand what drives users to explore new features, you begin to understand their behavior and thought process. This is when your product actually grows. We've talked about customer acquisition cost and customer retention that you can check out here. Retaining an existing customer is way cheaper than acquiring a new customer. While there are a number of things that you can do to retain existing users, introducing them to new features strengthens the value of your product. It keeps them engaged and reduces churn. Feature adoption is not just a fancy term. To achieve it, you need to measure it. So how do you achieve feature adoption? Sign-up rates? Sure, but sign-up rates do not give you the full picture. Keep track of adoption rate and time to first core action to measure feature adoption. So adoption rate is sign-ups, clicks, conversion, or whatever is a sign-up for you. How many users actually showed interest in the new feature? Say if you have 1,000 customers, how many of them clicked or showed interest in the new feature? Time to first core action shows you if users completed the intended action or did they abandon the feature. For example, if your new feature helps users in drafting an email, how many of them drafted the email and sent it? How many of them tried it but did not send the email? A user goes through pretty much the same when adopting a new feature. That is, awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, and ultimately adoption or rejection. Number 1. Awareness. In this stage, users do not have an idea about the new feature. They might not even be aware of the problem that this new feature is solving. Educating users at this point helps them understand the problem and the solution. You'd want to look at how do you onboard users at this stage. If it's a new user, do you ensure that they get the solution to their problem as soon as they start using the feature? Is the feature relevant to them? If so, how do you introduce it to them? Think about onboarding steps, sales demos, email campaigns, etc. Existing users would also not know about the new features until you show it to them. You can think about announcement emails, in-app announcements, etc. Number 2. Interest. In this step, the user gets attracted to the feature. You can gauge their interest by the first step they take in using this feature. Example, sign-ups, clicks, etc. It is important to have a great customer success team at this point that can understand the user's requirements and guide them through the process. Think about sending segmented emails, in-app messages, etc. Number 3. Evaluation. This is the phase when the user determines whether the new feature is worth trying or not. Think about in-app walkthroughs, support articles, FAQs, etc. here. Number 4. Trial. So this is when the user actually tries the feature. Great, you managed to get the user to try this new feature. A free trial of the feature or an upgrade could also entice the users to use it. For example, say you could give the users to try this new feature for a limited time, say 15 days or a month. During this time, ensure that you're monitoring their activity and notice if they take all the key actions to understand the value of the feature. One-on-one emails, support calls, etc. help the users do the intended action. Number 5. Adoption or rejection. In the last stage of the process, users go from a cognitive state, that is being informed and aware, to an emotional state, that is liking, and finally to a behavioral state, that is making the decision to purchase or stick to the feature. In-app surveys or tools that help users provide feedback for the new feature give them a feeling of being heard and adds to their emotional state. Now that we understand the stages that a user goes through when adopting a new feature, you must be wondering what can you do actively to increase your adoption rate. Here are some of the ways in which you can improve feature adoption. Number 1. Give users a quick win. Number 2. User onboarding. Number 3. Market new features. And number 4. Invest in customer success. Number 1. Give users a quick win. First impressions matter a lot. The first time the user signs up for a feature, they should be blown away. Great first impressions make the user stay. For example, when Canva launched a new category of video messages, they came up with a list of pre-designed beautiful templates that users could use. Users have been using these pre-designed templates by Canva for a long time, and of course video messages excited them. So Canva allowed users to invite people and record a video message and compile it into a professional template. Number 2. User onboarding. We have talked a lot about how you should onboard users that you can check out here. User onboarding is a crucial element for each feature. Customers use your product because your product solves a problem for them. So if you expect the new feature to solve a different problem for your customers or solve the same problem slightly better, you need to educate the customers about the same. You need to make the customer the hero and not your feature. To create meaningful onboarding processes, you need to think about different user personas. Think about what the user intends to do at each step and come up with a list of potential solutions to address it. Do not forget to classify each action here as a success metric. When you measure success based on how much does the user engage with your product, you focus on improving user engagement and hence user experience. For example, Profitwell adds a red marker to the feature that they want you to try. This of course catches the eye and entices you to try. Also consider adding video walkthroughs, demos, etc. Number 3. Market new features. Marketing a new feature helps you reach your customers. If you don't talk about it, no one will know it. Social media marketing, email marketing, content marketing all play a part here. For example, if a user signs up for a new feature, you can email them explaining how a new feature works along with the option to set up a direct call with you. Slack and other SaaS companies even do a product on launch when launching a new feature. While blogging about the new features will certainly help, users are not really interested in what exciting features do they have, but rather how will it help them. So think about motivating users when creating content for new features. For example, when MailChimp created the customer journey builder, they created use case based content. Not only did they explain what all can you do with the feature, but also showed statistics to prove their point. Your existing users are proof that your product works. They are the ones who are most likely to adopt or try a new feature. Hence, strengthening engagement with new users is crucial for your business. For example, Freshworks uses Beamer, an in-app messaging tool, to inform existing customers about new features or an update. Slack also adds a gift icon every time there is something new on the platform. Of course, it sends across a happy feeling since gifts are associated with happy events. Number 4. Invest in customer success. Your customer success team ensures that users achieve their desired outcome while using your product. They are the ones who talk to users on a regular basis and are there when they need you. Hence, it is important that your customer success team helps in feature adoption. That is, during onboarding of a new feature, delivering new features, and rolling them out to users. Your users should be able to provide feedback, clarify doubts, and get help from the team whenever possible. This way, you also get initial user feedback and iron out any bugs that might be present. Feature adoption is not only a good to have for your business, but it shows how much users are willing to engage with your product and try new features. It also shows how excited users are about your product. Let me know in the comment section the tactics that you follow to ensure enough people use a new feature, or what did you think about this video?